All right, so it's time to start planning your PBAL. So in modules 2 through 4, we're going to plan portions of your PBAL based on what we learned in that module. So we're going to start out by planning our meaningful problem and our content and language standards. Now I'm going to model for you what that will look and sound like, and then there'll be some resources and support to help you do that. We're going to be planning using a PBAL planning template, all right? And so that is linked on the page where this video is, and let's get started. So for my model, I'm going to use the climate change lesson that you experienced during Module 1. So I'm going to start with my meaningful problem. Remember, it's up to you where you start. You can either start with a problem that is really meaningful to you, or you can start with a standard that you really want to teach. So I know my math teachers out there, you all go straight to a standard, and I completely support that. All right. As a fifth grade teacher, especially if I teach all of my subjects, sometimes it's more fun for me just to go straight to a content standard, to a topic that is interesting to me and then pull my standards. So climate change is a really powerful topic. Here's what a driving question might sound like. So again, I've written my meaningful problem in the form of a driving question. How can we as a class inform our school and community of the dangers of global warming and provide resources to start making a change? All right, so that's my meaningful problem. It's all about global warming. It's all about helping make change in my community. Now I'm going to go out and I'm going to find content standards and language standards. For content, I go straight to science for a topic like this. All right, found two science standards that I think are really relevant. One is a very engineering and design standard, so generate and compare multiple solutions. And then the second one is a very content-y standard. So obtain and combine information about ways individual communities use science ideas to protect Earth's resources. And again, I chose that one because that's where I'm really hoping my student solutions go. How can we protect Earth's resources? Okay, language. You definitely want to include a language standard. If you are a middle school teacher and you are like, Stephanie, I teach math all day or I teach science all day, then I just want you to choose one language standard. If you are a teacher who teaches your students all day and you teach them reading and writing, then I want you to find multiple language standards, especially if you're having a multiple day experience, because PBAL lends itself to language. So you're going to see here I've pulled a writing standard. That writing standard is really all about research. It's about recalling relevant information from text, from video, and then being able to summarize it and paraphrase it. So notice that skill that we actually practiced in the lesson. Then in reading, again, I've kind of lent myself over into a research standard as well, being able to draw information from multiple sources, being able to locate an answer to a question that I want to solve. All right. And then speaking and listening, I strongly encourage you to dive into your speaking and listening standards. In this one, I really just talk about being able to come to a discussion prepared. So I want my students to really understand the problem and bring those facts to be able to have a conversation together. All right, here's what that looks like in the template. All right, so meaningful problem. I've described my problem there, and then I've written it out as a question. All right, so use that TUBRIC to help you write those driving questions. I will make sure to link the TUBRIC on this page. And then for standards, again, I want a content standard, at least one content standard. So think about what science, math, technology, special area, and or social studies standard will best support your work with your students. And then at least one language standard. So language standard would be what reading, writing, speaking, and listening standard will best support your work with your students.